any questions during I'm talking, just feel free to ask, or you can also write your question into the chat. So in this case, we can see that this is the date column, and here it contains only year and the month. So here we need to select the option has date values. We need to define a name of this column, so we can, for example, use date. And now we need to define the format of this value. So it's the first years, and then here we've got month. So it will be 4 Y's and 2 capital M's. And if we save it, these values will be imported as a date. So here we go. So please always remember that when you are importing date, even if it's only a year, it's always better to import it here as column type date. Then I've got here a second column. This column contains price, but as you can see here, at the end of the value, there we got a dollar character, and probably we would like to remove it. We can also use a transformation script to remove or set of character from the end of the string. So in this case, we can use a function which is called strip end. And in this function, first we need to define from which column this end should be removed. In this case, it's column number 2. So we will use here column number 2, and from the end we will remove the dollar sign. And if we will take a look at the preview, here we can see that the dollar signs are removed. We can also use this transformation script for the data cleaning. So here in this case, here we got another column, and we've got here for product. The first one is notebook, second one is also notebook, but here we can see the difference. One is with capital N, and second one is with low n. And we think it's the same value. So when we will use it in the aggregations, the name needs to be completely the same. So we can use this transformation script to do some kind of data cleaning. So first, we need to define a condition, and here in this condition, when it's column number 3, when it equals to notebook with long n, we would like to return different value. So in this case, we would like to return this kind of string. And we also need to put here quotes.
Granit?
Sorry?
Granit,
Yeah.
can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, actually the screen was hanged, so we unable to listen. Okay, it's fine now. It's fine.
Okay, so my screen
Was just hanged, so unable to see the things. Yes, wasn't working. So it's looking now. It's fine.
Okay, so should I go
Please
back
continue.
or? Okay. So here you can see that we changed this value, and in order to display the rest of the values, we need to at the end of this script. And we will do it in a way that we will just put here the rest of the values, and the reference will be given there by the function value, just like this. We can do the same also for the hard drive. So if we will just, in this case, copy And we can, for example, change the hard drive to HDD. Just like this. Then if we will go to do column number 4, here we've got two things that we would like to do. First, from the end, from the end of the value, we would like to also change the dot to the comma. So how we will use it? We need to combine two values together. So first, we will remove the M3 from the end of the string. We will again use the function stripend. And if we take a look at the preview, we can see that it's not here anymore. And then we can use another function, which is replace. And this function replace, it replaces defined character with different character. So in this case, we will replace the dot with a comma. So we need to give here the reference to this function, like this, and we will replace the dot with a comma. And if you take a look at the preview, here you can see that the dot has been changed to comma. And now I would like to show you a few examples how you can also work with the dates. I've got here two dates. One is date from, and second is date to. And I would like to count the difference between these two values. So what you can do here, so I will create a new column. It will be indicator because this will be number of days, and it will count number of days between. And if we define this transformation script, here we get function which is called days between. And these are the dates values, so we need to use the function date, and then we need to define the reference. Here it's column number 6 and column number 5. So we need to define these two dates. And first we need to use date from and date to. And here we can see the preview, and this is the difference between these days. In the same way, you can also use weeks between, months between, and all these types of functions. So for example, if I will comment this function and add below different one, which will be, for example, month between. So count number of months between these two values. So you can see that this should be pretty easy, and you can very well combine these values. This should serve as an example how this function can be used. In your case, before you get used to this, we will also be able to provide you some help on this transformation scripts if you will need to, and also we will send you a link to the documentation where are more use cases. So there are pretty standard use cases that are very commonly used in during the import of the data. So if we will take a look at the preview here, we can see here that this that we will be